welcome back. I am today going to take some of these Anthurium seedlings and pot them up. It's time. Their roots are growing all out the bottom. Well, I just watered these and they're pretty wet. So I'm going to squeeze some of this out before I get them potted up. Look at these roots, y'all. Those are pretty serious. If you're new here, that's my grandson, if you can hear him. He's a little baby. If you're new here, I am Talon. I am the owner of Thrive Theory Plants, and I also like to come on here and talk about plant care and other random things, behind the scenes shop stuff. I have an online plant shop. If you are a customer of mine, you know that. Otherwise, now you know. If you are not new here, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you coming back for some more chaos. Today, I'm going to get these little babies potted up. They have been growing in these little clear containers for quite some time now. And they got some nice chunky white roots going on here, and it's just time to get them into pots and ready for their forever homes. I have a Palm Street Live coming up Saturday, which is probably past by the time I get this video edited and put up for you guys. I am a little bit nervous. This will only be my third time doing a Palm Street Live, and it will be my first time doing a Palm Street Live by my lonesome. So I gotta say, I'm a little nervous. I'll have to tell you guys how it went. I don't know if you guys are on Palm Street. If you're not on Palm Street and you're a plant person, what are you waiting for? It's literally awesome. It's like going to Las Vegas, swear. Some people do like live auctions. Some people do buy it now. I'm just stirring my substrate over here because I just squeezed some rooting solution into it. I most likely will be doing most of my stuff as a buy it now this time. My goal though ultimately is going to be to do like starting auctions at dollar auctions. So I don't know if you're on Palm Street, then you know what I'm talking about, but you can do like just show your plant and put a price up there and people can click to buy it, or you can bid. You can do like bidding. It's almost like a QVC but for plants, and you bid on it and the bidding can go like up and up and up. I don't have that because I'm so new. I don't have a ton of followers on there or people that attend my lives. So if I started something at $1 and I only have like 3 or 4 people in there and you know they're bidding, my plant is probably going to go for like what, $5, and the bids are like 30 seconds long, 15 seconds, a minute. I think you can choose. You set it to how long you want it to go. But I find that the ones that go on for like a minute, 2 minutes, those are boring. And I typically don't stay in those lives for too long. So I'm not going to do that. I'll do like 30 seconds or whatever. But again, my dog is barking. Sorry if you can hear that. That is my ultimate goal, is to do dollar start live auctions. I don't know what she's going through out there. So here's the first one, all potted up, looking all cute, little Carla hybrid. I'll be right back. Let me go see what's going on out there. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My dog could see my neighbor out the window and she likes to bark. So I'm potting these up from these little cubey things that I started them in their little plugs to 3-inch pots here with some soil, heavily amended soil, so I can get it ready to go into the shop for their forever home. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, Palm Street Live. So if you've never been on there, I'm going to link, I think I have a code that you can use to like go in and open up an account. It doesn't cost any money. So you just start it, make a little account. I think you either have to like link your credit card or a lot, so much money in there so you can bid on stuff or buy stuff depending. But it doesn't cost any money to like go in and just kind of check it out and shop around. And if you use the link that I put in the description area, you get like, I don't know, $50 or something like that in coupons. I'm not really sure exactly. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Everything I have here also, since we're talking about linking things, is in my Amazon storefront, which I will also link below. And you can see any of the like little pots I'm using or the little plugs I'm using or potting mat or my little scoopy, whatever. It's all in there. I may make a slight commission, a small commission on it. I may not. I don't know. It doesn't cost you anything if I do. And if you don't want to use my link, that's also fine. You can go on there and just see the stuff that I'm using and go back out and buy it in your own without using my link. That's also fine too. I really just did it because it makes it easy for people to find the stuff that I'm using instead of me trying to link things one by one or, when you guys ask. So it just makes it easy. Easy, I tell you. So anyway, that's what I'm doing this weekend, and I'm a little bit nervous. Look at those roots. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I talk on here all day. I mean, I could talk to you guys like no problem, but I think it's because I'm selling on there and I'm not trying to sell you guys anything on here. I'm just talking to you. And if, I guess you could go to my website and buy plants, but that's not what I'm doing, right? Like I'm not here so that with that in mind, like I'm here so you guys all go buy my stuff. Like this is not a commercial. This is just me talking plant care stuff to you. If you want to go to my website, great. If you don't, that's fine too. So I think that's probably part of it is I'm nervous because people are going on there and I'm selling my plants. I'm getting out of breath. I don't know what's wrong with me. I probably should eat something. I haven't eaten anything today. I don't know if you guys can hear my grandson in the background. I am babysitting my 4.5-month-old grandson, and he's hanging out in his little bounty down there. I can see him. I'm pulling off some of this brownie plug because it was already loose. I typically don't take these off, and if you've watched when I was potting up the Ring of Fire little seedlings, I explain in that video why I don't take them off. They're perfectly fine to leave on, but some of them are kind of coming off anyway. So I'm just helping them along. And Anthurium, if you don't already know, Anthurium have some pretty chunky roots. So I'm not so worried when I'm removing these that it's going to damage the roots because they kind of they're pretty robust. And they're not that fragile. If you don't grow Anthurium, I love it. I love it. I love it. If you are wanting to get into Anthurium, I definitely recommend it. I would recommend getting something like a small seedling like this from somebody and starting there because it's so much easier to acclimate to your conditions in your environment than it is if you buy a larger, already established one. They can be a little bit tricky. When you get them small, if there are certain Anthurium you probably need like high humidity, like a a greenhouse kind of thing for. But a lot of them you can acclimate to your own ambient conditions, and I would definitely recommend starting out small so you can acclimate them easier. They're just easier that way. This one was a really tiny one. This pot is probably a little bit too big, but it'll be fine. Anthurium like space. When you give them space for their roots to grow, they tend to size up a lot faster that way. Not like a lot of other plants. You kind of let them get root bound in there. Monstera like to be root bound. Some other plants like to be root bound or just don't like to be up potted often. Anthurium, in my personal experience, when the roots start to touch the sides, when I can see the roots starting to touch the sides of the pot, that's when I up pot it. And when I do that, it keeps my leaves getting bigger each time. When I leave them in there and they end up getting kind of root bound in there, that's when I notice they don't size up as fast. So between that and the nurture system nutrient solution that I use, my Anthurium go crazy. They love it. I also supplement with a CalMag. I'm going to take a break for a second. I need to get something to eat. I'm not feeling good. I should have eaten a little earlier. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. I'm really sorry. I'll be right back. Hey, I am back. I'm so sorry for the disruption. I had to get some food. I just ate a bowl of honey bunches of oats with almonds because I love cereal. It's quick and easy. Who doesn't love cereal? Look at those roots. I love it. I love seeing it. I love it. Love these chunks. All right, so back to what I was saying about Anthurium. I don't exactly remember where I was, but I will say Anthurium, a lot of people are worried about that and growing them, and they're really not that hard. I didn't find, though, when I started this hobby, I wanted to give me the hardest thing. Oh, Anthurium's hard? I'm going to go buy 10. Alocasia hard? Let me buy 20. That's just what I did because I had to conquer it. So I got some and I really don't find it hard. Now, don't misunderstand. I'm sure there are a lot that are hard and I just don't have them. I do not want any Anthurium that I have to keep in a grow tent. Personally, I'm sure I'm missing out. I'm sure they're gorgeous. That's fine. I do not want to have to do that because then I don't get to be a part of the beauty. There's a couple wrapped up roots there. I don't want to have to look inside of a tent. I don't want to have to keep them hidden away in a tent. So any Anthurium that I personally have to be able to maintain in my ambient, which again, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or not, but my ambient is typically, my house stays around 73 to 75 degrees, depending on the season and time of day, which Anthurium actually don't mind it to be on the chillier side. And my humidity stays probably around 75%. I'm in Florida, if you don't know. So it is humid already here, but I also have a humidifier that runs out here in my shop. Look at these babas. These are good chunks. I have a humidifier that runs in my shop that keeps it around 75. It's running now. I don't think you can see it back there. Maybe you can. I keep it around 75% is what I was trying to say. And I have a humidifier out in my regular plant space as well. I do have 2 Millsbow cabinets that I've converted into greenhouses. I have a Millsbow tall and a Millsbow wide. So that's about as much greenhouse that I'm providing. I don't have a grow tent that some people have that I see. I just don't want one. I just don't want to buy those plants that have to have it. I think mine's more decorative. I do keep my seedlings and my little guys in a bin, you know, that has the lid with the little temperature, the little humidity things on it. So I will put these back in there, put the lid on, and I put the entire thing on my heat mat under a grow light until they get a little bit bigger. I'm going to water these in with my rooting solution. I use a Clonex clone solution and Root Zone's Growth Technologies Root Zone and distilled water for these little babies. And then once they get a little bigger, I'll just go into my regular nutrient lineup and I use reverse osmosis water for all of my plants. Actually, I use distilled for my tissue culture and for my brand new like baby seedling type things, but for the rest of my plants I use reverse osmosis. I have a filter outside and I fill up these big 4-gallon like camping containers and mix my nutrient solution by the batch. I keep one in my shop and one inside the house, and that is how I water the plants. It just makes it easier. I used to use like milk jugs, like not milk jugs, but like empty distilled water jugs when I was done with them from the tissue culture, and I saved those up and would use those, and I ended up with like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, however many of those, and it just got to be too much carrying all those outside to the reverse osmosis, filling them up, bringing them inside, mixing up my nutrient solution gallon by gallon. It just became annoying. So I finally just bought these jugs. I think it was Anna with Plants or Anna and Plants who had these, and I was like, well, that's genius. Why am I not doing that? So that's what I do now. And I have to say it was a good move. So I keep my rooting solution in, I still do that by the gallon. I don't put those in the big ones because I don't use as much of it, and I don't want to make giant batches because it'll just sit too long before I use it. So I make a gallon of that at a time, and I have a separate watering container for my rooting, and then I have another one that I use for regular nutrients, and then I have these little squirt bottles for each, one for rooting, one for regular feed. So that's what I use depending on what I'm doing. Like when I'm doing these little seedlings, I like to use this little squirt bottle, and it's so sciencey. I love it. Just love it. Okay, so I probably talked your heads off enough for one video. I am gonna put these back in the container. I will show you what it looks like all together, and then we'll wrap it up. So if you haven't checked out Palm Street yet, use my link down below. And if you want to check out my website, if you're interested in any of my Carla hybrids or Ring of Fires or any of my other various plants that I have back here, do check out my website. You can find me at www.thrivetheoryplants.com. And I will link my Amazon storefront if you are interested in seeing anything that I use. And I strongly encourage you, please leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of this video. Did I ramble too much? Is there something else that I should have talked about that you would have liked? Do you have any questions about Anthurium or anything else for that matter? You know, whatever, any of it. I'm open. Let's hear it. I live for the comments. It's really what I do. So bring it. Bring it. Until next time, guys. Bye. This is what it looks like. This is what I keep it in. The light is off right now. The light's on for this one, but this one's off for whatever reason. So you can see how I have them all in there. And this light is scheduled for, I don't remember how long in a day, but that's where these are. And then I have some of my other alocasia in self-watering containers over here. And that's it.